Today's live stream is sponsored by FS Academy. If you want to get started with the most realistic tutorial series and missions for flight sim, you can choose from FS Academy's various products, all available to purchase from multiple websites, including our friends at Orbex and Contrail. The FS Academy add-ons, created by a real airline captain, are designed to help you get started confidently, stepping up your skills with VFR flight or IFR navigation. Their latest product, Navigator, has you navigating cross-country using real techniques, touring the landscape and mirroring a real navigational course. It comes complete with a full ground school manual and 11 tutorial missions which give you the crucial skills needed before setting off on a multi-leg bus trip across wonderful Scotland to put it all into practice. So check the link in the description and go take a look at the FS Academy website today. Good afternoon everybody and welcome back. Welcome to London Heathrow Airport on the Vatsim network in Microsoft Flight Simulator Origami Studios. Fantastic payware Gatwick scenery. Really am a fan of this. We don't use it often enough, to be honest, so need to start committing to some more London Gatwick flights into and out of the airport. FS Academy, it's the last day of that 40% off sale on the MSFS marketplace, I believe, so this is the final opportunity to get that whopper of a discount if that's the sort of product you are looking for to improve your flight sim experience. But speaking of today, we are off to Genoa in Italy. Lima India Mike Juliet, the 4-letter ICAO code for the day today. Oh my god. I almost watched somebody crash right at the start of the stream. I just saw them suddenly sink. Brilliant. Now, we've got GSX fired up, and I'd noticed something about 5 minutes ago during my pre-flight prep and boarding that's actually blown my mind, because it's made this bit of scenery appear even more immersive with that custom GSX profile for the airport. Look at that. People actually walking through it, which is pretty cool. If we bust through, I do love this airport scenery. London Gatwick on Vatsim, by the way, is one of those airports you must have scenery for, because it's a very complex layout. I think we broke the jetty. Oops. But also in Microsoft Flight Simulator, without any scenery, whether it be this payware version or the freeware MKVY Gatwick, it has a big old building in the way where this bridge is, and obviously we don't want that. Yeah, look at that. You can actually see them. How cool is that? Anyway, here we are, flyuk, one of the virtual airlines that we're part of. Albert Walker, welcome, first time. Epic. Hope you'll have good fun. A320neo, so we're back in that fly-by-wire, fantastic bit of freeware. And a flight that's going to take about an hour and a half as well. We'll dive straight into the flight deck. And we will actually now tune to the local frequency as well. So we're on Gatwick ground for today. The ATIS, it's information Foxtrot, runway in use 26 left, transition level flight level 70, surface wind 230 degrees at 13 knots. Getting close to 2 years, Alberto. Epic. Good morning to you over in Chile. Visibility is 10 kilometers or more, few clouds 3,000 feet, broken 4,400 feet, temperatures plus 13 degrees Celsius, dew point plus 10, QNH 1015. Automated, good morning, and everybody else in the live chat, lots of green. Ian, good evening to you. MG King, Joey Goofy, Mikhail, MPS Gaming, Liam, Brits, hello buddy, Birdman, welcome, Zato, Mark, David A, good morning to you. Alberto down in Chile, welcome. Ron as well, hello to you. Dwyle, welcome mate. Albert Walker and Automator, welcome, and everybody else tuning in. I'm Depanda now. Well, welcome. You've subscribed just a few minutes ago, actually. So, welcome, AR Simulations. Hello.
Clear to Genoa by the BOGNA 1.
Now you might have noticed that pinned message
and our final cruising altitude will be
in the live chat, folks.
2306. Osprey 2306, correct.
Effectively, 2 of the €5 contra vouchers that we had to give away the other day weren't claimed. Madness, right? So we have those to give away for today. So there's going to be one question throughout the entire duration of the journey today. You get to answer, you only have to answer once, and it will give you entries into both draws. And 2 more people today will win a €5 contrail voucher. Let's get our clearance. We're expecting the BOGNA 1 X-ray departure runway 26 left. We need to give them a certain format and a certain amount of information that you're about to hear. Gatwick ground, good afternoon, Skyways 478, stand 112 as an Airbus A320neo with information Foxtrot on board. Request RFR clearance to Genoa, please.
Skyways 478, hello, clear Genoa, BOGNA 1 X-ray departure, squawk 3411.
Cleared Genoa, BOGNA 1 X-ray, squawk 3411, Skyways 478.
Skyways 478, feedback correct?
3411. Bingo.
Skyways 73.
Let's get the APU ready.
Taxi Quebec Alpha, Lima and
There's the giveaway question in the live chat to begin the draw. What is the ICAO aircraft type code for the Airbus A320neo? And it's not A320. Big old hint.
550. Requesting IFR clearance to Genoa, sorry.
So that's done, that's ready. While we're kicking things off, we'll look at Navigraph. We are here, stand 112. We're going to expect push and starts facing east. And then we get to taxi underneath the bridge, always fun. And we're probably going to expect Lima, Papa, Alpha November, hold at Alpha 3, maybe, or Alpha 1. And then a departure on runway 26 left on the BOGNA 1 X-ray departure here. So RNAV SID, initially flying runway heading, 5,000 feet, then heading south towards BOGNA, just past Shoreham and Brighton, and a ceiling of 6,000 feet. Unless we go on unicom, unless we get any other information as well.
Thank you, stand 569, push and start approved, facing south.
Skyways 478, Oliver.
Facing south, push and start approved for Osprey 04.
APU bleed.
And
prepare for pushback.
Osprey 459 at stand 23, request push and start.
That's good.
Osprey 459 at stand 23, push and start approved, facing west.
Facing west, Osprey 459.
Skyways 478, stand 112, fully ready, request push and start.
Skyways 478, roger, stand 112, push and start approved, facing east.
Push start east, Skyways 478. I don't know where the tug operator is, but we've prepared for pushback. Let's get the beacon on, we're cleared for pushback.
6 stand 104, would like to request push and start, please.
Osprey 2306, hello, take your squawk please, 4652.
Great spot, back X. Giuliano, don't follow Vatsim, he's just teasing. Amazing Mace, I'm not sure to be honest, I've never used it. Really not sure.
Gatwick ground, very good afternoon to you, Itaro 154 with you on Foxtrot Romeo, request taxi to stand 134 if available.
Itaro 1854, hello, taxi second right on Juliet.
So all the ground equipment is clear, the chocks are away, the beacon light is on, the tug is about to connect and we're going to be asked to
second right on Juliet,
disable or disarm the parking brake.
Osprey 2306 and 104, push and start approved, face east.
I've broken my own tip. Get the pushback tug ready before you actually request pushback. Big tip, big hint. And I've been saying it for weeks. I've gone and just done it anyway. Was it facing east, wasn't it? There we go.
Tomjet 094, roger, stand 553. Your push and start approved is approved. So I don't know what I just said there. Stand 553, your push and start is approved.
EGKK, exactly.
Facing south on Quebec Alpha, please.
Engine 2, there goes Skytrack.
Gatwick ground, Osprey 492, request push and start.
Osprey 492, Roger, just hold your position there. You've got a company A32NX on your right hand side that's pushing. I'll get back to you.
Roger.
Oh, Tango, that's not good. Have you got a battery headset? Love the sounds.
Do you have any questions about the safety features of this aircraft? Please don't hesitate to ask. Smoking food, these electronic cigarettes is never allowed on any flight.
Gatwick ground, Osprey 2472 at gate 20 is ready for push and start, please.
Osprey 2472, stand 20, push and start approved, face east.
Push and start facing east for Osprey 2472.
Set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Do that. Let's give him that good confirmation.
Alpha Sierra, hold Alpha 2.
Interesting.
Alpha Sierra, hold Alpha 2,
It appears to have bugged itself out.
And Gatwick ground, Osprey 459, the pushback driver didn't know the difference between east and west. So I'm facing the wrong way, but I can turn here.
Amazing Mate says, how do you determine when they tell push east, south, etc.? Just look at your nav display.
Right.
9 is east, 27 is west.
It's not paid enough, is it? Okay, let's go Kilo Alpha and Lima. Hold short of Papa for now.
No, looks like it's well and truly broken.
Kilo Alpha and Lima and hold short.
We'll just do that.
Or for Osprey 459.
Kilo Alpha, Lima, hold short of Papa.
Kilo Alpha, Lima, and hold short of Papa for Osprey 459. Thank you.
Okay, right, flaps 1 plus F, auto brake on max, we can pop that on as well, the taxi lights. We may have a problem on pushback here, on initial taxi. That's all good, that's all good, that's all good, that's all set. Let's get the APU off. Okay. Now we need our taxi charts. So somebody's getting their clearance, we can't interrupt, we'll wait for them to complete their message, but we can get our charts ready. So we're, like we said, expecting Lima, Papa, we might get told to hold Papa 1, or somewhere else, got to hold at the, whatever hold points we get told to, but we're expecting Papa, Alpha November, maybe Alpha 1. Let's find out.
Contact London 129.45.
129.45,
Lima Yankee 758, just confirm it's a Lamborn Lima Alpha Mike, 6 Mike departure. I sent it in text for you.
Lima 6 Mike departure,
Okay, sure, your reback is correct.
Let's go with 478, request taxi.
Correction, Gatwick ground, Osprey 2306, ready for taxi.
Osprey 2306, taxi Kilo Papa Alpha Sierra, hold Alpha 2.
Kilo Papa Alpha Sierra, hold Alpha 2, Osprey 2306.
Skywest 478, was that you calling for taxi?
Affirm, Skywest 478.
478, thank you, taxi Lima and Papa, hold short of Kilo.
Taxi Lima, Papa, hold short Kilo, Skywest 478.
Easy 062.
Brakes are off, taxiing on idle. So we've been told Lima, Papa, hold short of Kilo, which is this here coming out of Pier 2. So basically we're going to turn right, and then we're going to stop in this little bit here.
Taxi Kilo Papa Alpha Sierra, hold Alpha 2.
Kilo Papa Alpha Sierra, holding Alpha 2, easy 082.
Tomjet 094, taxi Lima and Papa, hold short of Kilo.
Lima and Papa, hold short of Kilo for Tomjet 094. Osprey 04 requesting taxi.
Plus 1 plus F and green, so let's do takeoff configuration tests. We're going to go through the
Quebec Alpha holding short of Lima, Osprey 04.
fire truck.
Gatwick traffic Nordic 15 uniform, vacated 26 left onto Echo.
It's got right in the way.
Taxi 08 left, hold short of Romeo, expect stand 2.
Hold short 8 left by Romeo, expect stand 2.
Negative, taxi 08 left.
No,
open
almost overshot me
inactive
turn.
Taxiway. Correction, it's
Taxi
inactive
08
runway.
left, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, so taxi
Almost
runway
overshot the
08
turn.
left, hold
Adam
short
says,
of
I think I'm
taxi
ready to
Romeo.
fly on Vatsim, but I'm not sure. I passed the test on Vatsim, but what do you think I should do? Practice short, easy flights.
1854, taxi Romeo and Kilo, stand 134.
David, good afternoon.
Stand 134 for return 184, grazie mille.
Cheerio. Skyways 478, continue Papa and Alpha Sierra, hold Alpha 2.
To you, Papa, Alpha Sierra, hold Alpha 2, Skyways 478. So we got told Kilo because there was that aeroplane there, that EasyJet taxiing out. So we've given way to him. The controllers fitted us in behind him, and then we've been told Alpha Sierra, Alpha 2 is a slight difference to our expected taxi route, but that is fine.
Gatwick ground, Skyway 7904, stand 102. Request to join the back of the push and start queue.
Skyway 7904 with a number 3.
That's 2, he's right at me, chuff.
Ready for push and start at the...
Lima Yankee 758, set your squawk 0516 and your number 4 for push and start.
Andrew says he goes in as an observer.
Yeah, so your number 4.
Pen and pencil, paper, writes everything down he hears. That's a great way to do it. David. Yes, I almost went out of date completely the other day. 124225, that's who we're going to get next. Let's tune it, be ready.
Easy 426, hello, number 1 for clearance.
Left and right clear.
40 Charlie November, your number 5 for push and start, I'll call you back.
Wow.
Easy 062, tower now 124.225.
We've got Vatsim radio today back on.
Easy 062.
So we can see...
Skyway 478, contact the tower, course and only 124.225.
Tower call sign only 124.225, Skyways 478, thanks, bye.
See ya. Tomjet 0904, same for you.
Okie diddly dokey. We join the queue and it's call sign only. Tower hello, Skyways 478.
Skyways 478, hello, good evening. Gatwick Tower, good afternoon, good Gatwick Tower QNH 101.
QNH 105, Skyways 478. Leonardo Lima, so just Google Vatsim radio. And it's on GitHub basically, it's by somebody called Dave Black, it's really cool, so we can have a little bit more of a look at it here while we're in the queue. But basically it'll give you all of your controllers that are online around you, and you can click, so if we wanted to go to Unicom we could just click that and it will change it in the comms box straight away, which is really cool. You can see here we've got ground tower and ATIS online at Gatwick.
Oscar 2306 heavy, behind the landing, EasyJet Airbus.
We click it, and we also have the ATIS displayed, so you can see the ATIS and the different tower frequencies as well.
26 right, Osprey 230. Correction, 26 left, line up and wait behind the EasyJet A32NX that's about to approach.
Andy, good afternoon, Happy New Year.
Easy 7 track and November, contact London Control 129 at decimal.
Any builds Gatwick? Yeah, the Origami Studios one, Josh. Andy, yes, that's a good point actually. The flybywire tablet also does it, so this one. There you go. So you can see Gatwick Tower, Gatwick ATIS, you can set active, set standby, you can just click it basically, which one you need. It's really cool. So that's another easy way. If you're in the flybywire A32NX, EasyJet Europe car livery.
Hello, EasyJet Studio.
Easy 062, Gatwick Tower, hello.
129425 will be next. So let's pre-tune that, that's London Control. 129425. Hot part brakes off. Should start to roll. Not really. Now we are. We'll give it a little bit of a boost with a bit of power. Tiny bit of power.
Gatwick Tower, Osprey 2472.
You see how big the queue is now?
Last station calling Gatwick Tower, Carlton only, please.
Osprey 2472.
Okay, not too bad. Lots of queuing aircraft
2472 Gatwick Tower, hello.
waiting to come in. Accelerating quick here, so even on idle,
2306, wind is 230.
the Neo does pick up speed quite easily by itself, so you need to use the brakes a little bit.
Osprey 2306 heading.
EJ85 X-ray Victor, welcome to Gatwick, second right on to Juliet, ground 121 decimal.
Andy, yeah, hopefully not too much longer. They have indicated at some point in the next few weeks, haven't they? Roughly, as an estimate.
Gatwick Tower, easy 18 Tango Victor, ILS 26 left, 8 mile dive.
Easy 18 Tango Victor, Gatwick Tower, hello, good evening. Continue approach 26 left.
Continue approach, easy 18 Tango Victor.
Andy, happy New Year to you.
2 by Alpha 2, runway 26 left, line up and wait.
Line up and wait. 26 left,
Osprey 459 in the queue.
Oscar 459, Gatwick Tower, hello, good evening.
David, do you mean generally or do you mean today?
Follow the traffic.
We're in the flybywire A32NX today. Albert, you know what? We haven't controlled in a very long time, have we?
Osprey 459.
There's a few others. Lots of Osprey flying along today, which is epic.
Easy 18 Tango Victor, continue approach 26 left, wind is 23013.
Alpha 2 is this stop bar here. We can't cross it.
One departure ahead, continue approach, connect 1015, easy 1.
Generally, yeah, so I think it would struggle a little bit, but also I think it's quite important. I really like the flybywire A32NX. We don't use it often because we exhausted it for so long when we were quite limited with how many aircraft we had in the sim, but performance for this is generally better for me, so I tend to, for the big heavy sceneries, I tend to favour the A32NX over the Fenix A320. And it's nice to kind of experience the progress that they've made as a freeware development group as well, because what they've managed to do is, of course, just absolutely incredible. One on final there, just over the tail of the Osprey Boeing 737-800 there.
Easy 062, wind is 23013, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 26 left.
And he's close. Very close.
The station's information, Foxtrot current QNH 1015.
So all aircraft moving on the ground, all under positive control, and that basically means that we're told to hold at Alpha 2. Means we're basically stuck here until we get told otherwise. This one here is Alpha 1. We haven't been told to clear to cross and hold point there. Should probably put my teeth back in and rephrase that. Actually, that didn't make any sense. We haven't been told we can go to Alpha 1, so we have to hold at this point here, which is Alpha 2.
Easy 18 Tango Victor, runway 26 left, clear to land.
Wow, that's
Clear to land, runway 26 left, easy 18 Tango
that
Victor.
is tight. Yeah, Liam, live weather. Leonardo Lima said, is it true that Flybywire still use the default A320 flight dynamics? Not at all. They've tweaked a lot of the flight dynamics and the way the aircraft flies themselves. Still uses the default A320 Neo model, of course, but also a long float. My goodness.
Easy 062, contact London Control 129.
Only just got down. He's halfway down the runway.
129-425, thanks for that, easy 762.
Oh, and a lie. Bravo 730, hello. Cool. Well, we're all at a stalemate here.
Skies 478 via Alpha 2 runway 26 left, line up and wait.
For Alpha 2, line up and wait, Skies 478.
Easy 18 Tango Victor, welcome to Gatwick, second right onto Juliet.
I'm going to put these on now.
Bye-bye.
Second right onto Juliet and ground on 121.8. Thanks. Easy 18 Tango Victor.
My goodness, the contrast is dark. I'm going to hold it on the brakes. Make sure the transponder's on properly. We're going to put the transponder onto TARA.
Flight please prepare for takeoff.
Takeoff memos no blue.
Easy 18 Tango Victor, continue taxi.
Just got to wait now.
Skies 478, wind is 230 at 13, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff from runway 26 left, Skies 478. Okay. Let's release the brakes. We'll set 40%.
Oscar 2472 after the departing Airbus, traffic Airbus 320 via Mike 1, runway 26 left, line up and wait.
Line up and wait behind the
Get the stick forwards.
Traffic for Osprey 2472.
2 clicks, flex, SRS, runway on that primary flight display. There's the windsock, wind's coming in slightly from the left. So I've actually got a tiny little bit of left aileron in just to kind of counter that. Through 100 knots to relieve that nose wheel pressure.
Hello, good evening. Continue approach 26 left, wind is 230 at 13.
Big derated takeoff today. V1, rotate. There we are, look at that. Crosswind landing, takeoff, sorry, we've kept to wings level. Positive rate, gear up. Let's get rid of the Skytrack memo. Contrast is crazy today. We'll get the autopilot on as well. So, lever climb. 1 click. And away we go. We're expecting a frequency change any minute. Action, have a little look at, well, cost index you could be able to get off sim brief.
Contact London Control 129.425, good day.
Contact London on 129.425, Skies 478, thanks, bye. Okay, I'm going to go through our flap retraction speeds in a second.
Hotel arrival, squawk 5663, descend flight level 250.
So flaps up and disarm the spoilers. There was a transmission there in the background, so we won't interrupt that. Look at that. How incredible is that? London Control, hello, Skies 478, 3,900 feet, BOGNA 1 X-ray.
Skies 178 London, hello to you, climb now, flight level 110.
Climb now, flight level 110, Skies 478, hello.
Hello, that 172, descend 6,000 feet on QNH 1015.
So climb now means we can ignore the SID constraints. There's altitude constraints 2,500 feet. We can now go open climb in the Airbus to 11,000. It's flight level 110. Therefore now through transition altitude we can go to standard pressure.
London, hello to you, climb now, flight level 130.
Up to flight level 130 for speedbird 3586.
National Cargo 819 London, hello, squawk 5663, Logan 2 hotel arrival, descend flight level 160.
Squawk
what we got here. These are some custom views that I've set back up.
National Cargo 10.
Dirty 2, yeah, it's very
7 3 Echo November, nothing further, continue unicom 1228, bye bye.
hands off, isn't it?
Unicom 1228, November, how did it? U2, EC39 Golf Yankee, no ATC speed restriction, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
Descend 4,000, 39 Golf Yankee.
How realistic does that look?
172, no ATC speed restriction, turn left, heading 060 degrees. Left free speed,
Just incredible.
72. 8062, climb file 350.
Hopefully you guys are able to enjoy it in 2K today as well. Make those visuals pop on your devices.
370, monitor unicom 1228, bye bye.
On to the decimal 8, thanks for service, bye bye. Ryanair 2377.
Cruise 10,000.
Delta Golf Alpha, runway 27 clear to land, wind 250 degrees at 19, gusting 30 knots.
Oh my god. What runway was that?
Clear to land runway 27 Golf Alpha.
Flight deck's really dark in here today. It's almost like Phoenix level dark.
Nothing further, climb file 380, monitor unicom 1228, bye bye.
Over to unicom 1222, decimal 8, and climbing flight level
Crazy.
380.
I know the sun is bright, but my goodness.
Very good afternoon, Easy 34 Yankee Quebec, climbing 35, Quebec Yankee climbing 350 inbound 0.
It was the 34 Yankee, 34 Quebec
So,
Yankee,
we're
London,
topped
hello,
out,
route direct red,
flight level 110,
310.
and we're stuck. We need further climb.
Easy 34 Quebec Yankee, route direct red, climb flight 310.
That's just going to be like, whoa, we're cruising really low today. Look at that.
3900 on the BOGNA 1 X-ray. Stand by.
Skies 478, climb file 350.
Flight level 350, Skies 478.
B-Bird 3586, climb file 1, correction, climb file 350.
Up to flight level
But they have, haven't they? Maybe that's why Flybywire copied them.
677, I made a flight level change from you. I can offer you 37 or 390.
Is that for me?
Easy 39 Golf Yankee, turn left 280 degrees.
Left 280, 39 Golf Yankee.
London Center, Osprey 2472 with you, 5,000 feet on the BOGNA 1X.
Osprey 2472 London, hello, climb now, flight level 110.
Climb flight level 110, Prospect 2472.
KLM 677 London Control.
Let's go to manage speed for a moment, just to get away with
EG39 Golf Yankee,
the speed constraints here.
3,000 feet when established localizer 26 left, December to glide path.
3,000, welcome on localizer, December to glide path. 39 Golf Yankee.
Osprey 2306, Parallel Flying Commission, Unicom 122, bye-bye.
22.8, thanks for the ATC, see you.
Bye-bye.
There's the Brighton coast.
Zap 172, turn left 350 degrees, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
Left 350 to 4,000, Zap 172.
National 819, descend flight level 80 with a good rate of descent.
It's an epic livery, this, isn't it? It's a cool livery. How they've managed to do this sort of weird metallic-y crystallised look to it is pretty incredible.
Make a left turn 090 degrees.
There's the website if you guys wanted to actually join the virtual airline and fly for Fly UK.
London Control, sorry, had some problems with my
It is free. Lots of routes and things like that, and a bit of a career mode to work through.
Change from you as you're now going southbound. I can offer you 37 or 390.
Please do 390.
Roger, climb maintain flight level 390.
That's a good question, Adam. I would probably say you need the Simwings Munich scenery for Munich. Certainly German airports have got like pushback orange line, pushback blue line, that sort of thing. So if you can get a scenery that gives you that,
flyer 925.
it makes your life a lot easier.
Unicom 1228, bye bye.
1228, thank you very much, flyer 925.
Let's get these screenshots
179 of Paris is offline, continue on Unicom, bye bye.
put on to
Continue on Unicom, so she's 2179.
Atlanta.
Thank you for the services, bye bye.
Good afternoon, London Control. Just departed Gatwick on the Provisional Routing X-ray departure.
Contact 094 London, hello, climb now, follow 110.
Climb now, flight level 110 for Contact 094.
ET34 Quebec Yankee, climb file 350.
We'll pass to Unicom in a moment.
ET34 Quebec Yankee, climb file 330.
Climb 330, easy 34.
Lockie says, how do you move around the cockpit so smoothly? I'll just press and hold my right mouse click and just gently move it around, move the cursor around. Giuliano, I'm not 100% sure. I think it is. We're using the developmental branch today though, not the experimental. We're using the development branch. Zato's enjoying the X-plane Vatsim X-pilot contrails.
National 819.
Adds a lot more immersion to it, doesn't it?
270, National 819.
If you do get picked as a winner today throughout at the end of the stream, make sure you claim the prize. You'll have 24 hours again to contact me on either Discord or via email britishafgeek1@gmail.com if you're drawn as a winner today, so that you can claim your prize, that €5 Contrail voucher, and we've got 2 to give away. We'll draw them both at the end of the stream today when we arrive in Genoa.
West 2015 route a direct Trent Tango
737NG123 saying, what are those lines by the engines? Do you mean these? Like the actual decals? The red line?
West 2015 direct Tango November
That, believe it or not, means that on the ground we could stand here with the engines on and be safe. But if we go in front of that red line, we could get sucked into the engine. That's basically what it means.
National 819, you should be making a left turn.
Personally, when I'm on the ramp, I go nowhere near any engines that are switched on, ever. And the only way to approach it safely would be to go from the tail underneath the plane, between the main carriage, the main undercarriage, and then you directly turn 90 degrees towards that little safe spot on the engine, basically. But my goodness, I would not want to be there, ever.
Lap 172 established, 26 left.
Thank you, continue approach 124.225 at the tower, bye bye.
Continue approach 124.225.
Actually, Giuliano, I think the answer to the stutter is going to be no. There's a glitch in front of the engine. Interesting.
Osprey 459 London Control, hello, climb now, flight level 110.
Climb now, flight level 110, Osprey 459.
I can't see it.
094, climb flight 390.
I'm looking though. Is it near the spinner? Or was it near?
Golf Alpha, wind check 260
Here somewhere.
18 knots. Roger.
Request flight level 370, KLM 1677.
Okay, roger. Maintain flight level 37.
Maintain 370, thank you, KLM 1677.
Got it back to manage speed now, because that was our climb speed anyway. Oh yeah, weird. We'll keep an eye out for that one then, 737.
Continue the left turn, route direct Lambourne, Lima Alpha Mike.
For the first time today, let's get ourselves updated on the wider situation via Volanta.
Good afternoon, Speedbird 7.
2 of those screenshots really don't want to upload. So, there we are. About to be handed off to Unicom. So you'll probably hear that while we're looking at Volanta. We got Viper 08, Swiss 2179.
478, nothing further, continue Unicom 1228, bye bye.
Unicom 1228, Skyways 478, see ya.
Bye.
So he's off to Geneva. We've got Zato ahead of us, A330-900. And he was outbound before us, actually. Number 1 on the route, basically. Leading from the front.
National A19 contact.
Then we've got myself.
Heathrow director 119.
Ian, Osprey 2472 behind in the 737-700, followed by Liam, Tomjet 904. Delta Tango in his A320neo, and then we got Mikhail, Osprey 459er, outbound in the 737-600, the Dinky Jet. Although he might be on a different routing there, I don't know where he's going.
Osprey 459, flight 390.
390, Osprey 459.
And having a little look here at Gatwick. Look how busy Gatwick Airport is.
Nothing, sir. Unfortunately, continue Unicom 1.
Loads holding on the Alpha Sierra and Alpha November taxiways. You've got lots of the South Terminal, lots parked up around the north as well, all taxiing around. It's very cool. Gatwick is one of the busiest airports in the UK on the Vatsim network. I think it actually might be the busiest airport on the Vatsim network. At least for the UK.
There's no further ATC, continue on Unicom 1228, bye-bye.
The terrain on nav display says INOP, but I thought we had the mode that has it in there, which is weird. David's still on the ground at Gatwick. I'm not sure what the weather is like at the moment in Genoa, to be honest. I'm hoping for the circling approach. Is it LIMJ where we're going? 150 degrees at 4 knots, all the 9s scattered at 2,200. QNH 1029. 150 at 4. So runway 10 might be the better option, but realistically, if we were going to do it real, it's a tailwind of 3 knots and a crosswind of 3 knots on runway 28 with that wind that we've just given, that 150 degrees at 4 knots, which would be completely fine. And that would actually be the runway that would be used in real life into Genoa. And we would therefore expect the RNAV approach runway 28. Brian, that's a good one actually. Yeah, that's a really nice route as well. Not too long, not too short. Gives you a bit of depressurization time, de-stress time in the middle in cruise. I'd definitely say, as Adam's asking there, what are some good airports for your first ever Vatsim flights? Edinburgh is fantastic. Mike, hello buddy, welcome. Sario, welcome on board. Jakob, Zach Aviation, welcome on board as well, folks. New subscribers, great to have you here. Okay, the app is called Volanta, V-O-L-A-N-T-A. Chinham, hello to you. Ah, fantastic, thank you very much. Giving us some ground control. Hopefully we didn't make it too busy for you or be problematic. Hopefully everybody's routes are okay. Any feedback is always welcome from the controllers that we have helping us fly on the network. Some folks flying behind as well, Chinham, FYI, it's their first attempt at Vatsim and things like that as well. I think one person said at the start might be their first, either the first flight along with us or their first flight on Vatsim, I'm not sure. Italy QPP. Yeah, Edinburgh's a fantastic one for starting off on Vatsim. It's got one runway and only a handful of departures and a handful of arrivals. It's very difficult to get it completely wrong. You might just have to tweak a few little things, but in the main, flying into or out of Edinburgh for your first experience is a really good starting point, I think. And then choosing a departure or arrival runway similar to Edinburgh for the other side of your route, that isn't too overcomplicated either. So Bergen could be one, that's really nice, a little hop over the North Sea. Incredible freeware Bergen scenery as well in MSFS. Dave says, what did you just use to see the other aircraft? Volanta. I'll write it in the live chat for you guys. It's a program that's ran by Orbex, effectively. There you go. Bingo, we're at cruise. Andy says, okay, I found out why you should not use aileron deflection during takeoff. Apparently it causes the roll spoilers to deploy, leading to over rotation and a tail strike. That's interesting. But in the 737 you would put the ailerons into wing slightly. Even small aircraft you'd do ailerons into wind. So is it just for the A320 that you wouldn't do that, or something else?
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck, Captain speaking. We just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As we begin to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your seat elbows clear from the aisle as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin and galley cart shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating with the front galley when the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
Rabbit, awesome. Oh, nice, Andy, interesting. I've definitely drifted more into the world of Boeing now with the PMDG aircraft that are in the sim. So I've got bad habits from that now that are clearly translating back into Airbus, which is very, very much just point, click and go in comparison. Matty, good afternoon. Finished his night shift this morning. Good on ya. Busy flight deck since took the King from Norfolk to Rome for the Pope's funeral. Then Rome to Athens. Now sleep time. Crikey. You've stayed up since your night shift and completed some sim flights. Brian says he's just realised it's 50 years today since you moved to England from Scotland with your parents. My goodness. Andy, that's a good question actually. I find that the 737 floats a little bit nicer, but if you don't quite get the flare right, especially in choppy, gusty conditions, it just slams down. But interestingly, I find the A320neo, the flybywire A32NX, has a slightly different feel in the flare to the Phoenix A320. I find the Phoenix A320 is a little bit firmer and a bit harder to land than the flybywire A32NX, which I find you can flare quite nicely, hold, and it sinks onto the runway quite nicely. Chinam, great to hear. I mean, I did a really heavy landing into Belfast 2 days ago recording a unicom tutorial video, but it was variable gusts of up to 20-30 knots, so with elements of crosswind component involved too. I think it was a 15 knot crosswind on touchdown, so it was interesting, but it was a 400 foot per minute 1.2 G touchdown. It was firmly on the touchdown zone. Cornelius, hello. We are on Microsoft Flight Simulator today, so because of that we're using vPilot's client for the Vatsim network. No, Andy, it's interesting. I'm wondering the same thing as Mace now, Andy, so you might be able to answer the question as well. how do you cope with crosswind takeoffs in the A320 then? Do you just ignore it and let the fly-by-wire controls do its own, do its own thing and keep itself stable? Compliant, I hope so. And William, I share your thoughts. I'd love to see a good 67300 and a 757-200. Leonardo, the biggest tip with the 737, same with the CRJ and the BA146, so they don't have auto throttle at all. But the principle goes the same with the 737 once you turn the auto throttle off, but basically don't chase the speed. So if you're looking at the speed and you increase the thrust and you want 150 knots and it goes up to 155, don't then idle the throttle. You need to make small adjustments, but let it settle, let the speed settle before you then adjust again. And eventually you'll get round to it and you'll be doing it without even thinking about the throttle setting. It'll become second nature. Noah, hello. Not sure, to be fair. It's still in early progress, so it's tough. Would you recommend the Aerosoft MSFS CRJ for flyuk? Aaron is asking. 100% yes, it is really good fun. It's tough to learn because it doesn't have an auto throttle, but I've done 3-episode tutorial series over a year or so ago now. It still applies, still works, but effectively it gives you the ability to learn the quirks of the jet and learn how to operate it in various different settings. So it's definitely worth checking that out, Aaron, and it will give you a good kickstart. There's quite a few CRJ tutorials that I've done though, but specifically the one that says episode 1, 2 and 3, the most recent ones. You'll see it when you see it. But yeah, don't buy from the marketplace as Adam is suggesting there. It's an absolute pain in the backside, marketplace. I can't stand it. Especially if you're buying an aircraft on the marketplace. If it breaks for some reason, i.e. like a SIM update and the aircraft becomes unusable, you might have to wait 2 weeks in the MSFS marketplace for an update that fixes it. Whereas a developer might be able to push an update out directly to their own customers within a day. So always buy direct from the developers for those payware aircraft. Amazing May says tonight 7 PM, can't wait for the Embraer E-Jet 170 previews. Very nice. Is that for MSFS or is that for X-Plane? I can't remember. Plardite, not sure what to expect for the Aerosoft A330. I think it's going to be around the level of the CRJ, which is pretty good for what it is. I think as long as it's reasonably priced, it will sit in that mid-range, which is a nice place for it to be, I think. It leaves some headroom for someone to then create a super high fidelity A330, and then it also leaves a bit of business room for the freeware A330 Neo that we've been enjoying as well. Amazing Mate, nice. Who's creating that one, do you know? Okay, rest me in 11 miles. What's our fuel? 6 ton. So we can have a little look. Might as well use this. We can scroll down to have a look at our fuel predictions, our calculated fuels. Rest me. There we go. So I'll scroll up so the rest me is at the top. And it reckons that we need 5.7 tons of fuel minimum. And as you can see, we've got 5.98, so we can round that down to 5.9 to be safe and have a margin, or 6. We'll go for 5.9, but we've certainly got more than we suggested we needed via our OFP, which is good. More is good, less is bad. Maisie Mace, you can. I'm not sure if YouTube will allow the links because it's been disabled to stop all those sex bots and all the weird stuff that comes into YouTube sometimes. So if you're struggling, have a little look, whack it in our Discord server in the crew room chats. If we know what time it's tonight, 7 PM UK time, hopefully I'll be able to tune into that. Oh, I did, Ashley and Doc. Flight Sim Studio is making the Embraer 175. Is that the Flight Sim Studio, the scenery developer? Because if it is, I worry it's going to be like a Latin VFR A321, which is just, well, shit. Excuse my French. But it's literally a Captain Sim version of an A320. Captain, hello to you. Can't figure out who to run off default ATC when on Vatsim. Any suggestions? How do you mean? Oh, you mean how to turn off default ATC? It's inside the MSFS settings. If you're still watching at the end, remind me, because I don't like to go into this in the actual menu and fiddle with settings in flight, because it tends to break stuff. But yeah, have a little look and remind me towards the end if you haven't found it. Ross, good afternoon. Great to hear. Enjoyed the New Year's Day stream from Glasgow to Gibraltar. It was good fun. Absolute carnage flying into Gibraltar, wasn't it? There we go. Thank you, Andrew. There's your answer, Cap Nail. Not nice. So go to MSFS menu, hit escape basically, go to that menu, click assistance, and then ATC voices, turn them off. Plans, are you? Okay, yeah, I shall do. That sounds quite exciting then. I'm hoping I'll be able to tune in around 7 PM, at least just a wave very briefly, but I might have to make some calls and things like that. My mum's back in A&E once again in the last couple of hours, so I might have a busy evening ahead again. Albert Worker. Well, yeah, the Gibraltar Sea landing was pretty funny, wasn't it? Gav has got his he's got his pea soup sticker on the way from Spring. It was funny. We need to create like some sort of bumper sticker for those random crashes. Ah, cheers guys, I appreciate that. It's yeah, it's one of those things that's been simmering away for a little while now, to be honest. But yeah, you guys, our channel members, we were sort of mentioning it a few weeks ago, just before Christmas in the lounge, that a few bits were going on, so it delayed and moved some streams and things like that. So I can only apologise for it being a little bit disruptive. Yoep, howdy, welcome. Did you see Yoep in the Club Lounge the other day? Ashley put a link in there to an old flight planner thing and had a load of DC6 routes going into and out of DCA, which I thought you'd be quite interested in. Don't know if you saw it or not. Of course you have. I'm surprised I haven't seen your screenshots of the DC-6 smashing past the Pentagon. Ian says, wow, check the moon on the left. Boink. My god, no. Yeah. It's either about to collide into Earth or it's the Death Star. Hopefully it's the latter. I get to punch Darth Vader in the face. Nasty guy. I need another pen. I've just looked down at my biro pen. Are they biros? I think they are. But it is literally got no ink left at all. I can't see any ink whatsoever. The tube is completely... It still writes though, weirdly enough. think it's round about now we need to see what our little gravy train is like. My God, they're still departing Gatwick. There we go, marks up, Skyway 7904 over Brighton. I think he might be. We'll have a look at, we'll zoom in at the aircraft at the holding point still. Alicante, oh Chase, Skyway's 40 Charlie November. And Skyway's 28 Romeo Lima, I'm in Panda now, is joining us as well. So I think he's going to be the last one in the pack looking at this. I can't believe they're still going, it's incredible. We've got loads of flying along today. All represented Fly UK. We've got mega spacing as well. I mean, the gap between MPS Osprey 5908 and David A is about 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Might be longer than that actually. But what it does do is it helps us as we get a little bit closer to Genoa. Beautiful little coastal city. Genoa, Christopher Colombo. Really nice coastal approach, very scenic apparently. Which is the most, I mean, those of you who have flown into it before in the past, which would you say is the most scenic approach into Genoa? Noah, thank you, buddy. Yeah, great ATC controllers, Mark.
Been really enjoying the streams lately. Perfect way to end the night here in Melbourne.
Noah, thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat and good evening to you in Melbourne, Australia. Andrew, no. Don't have to be a member to join our live stream flights. It's open on the Vatsim network to anybody who feels confident enough to fly on Vatsim. As long as you can follow the procedures and follow the ATC instructions, if we have any, and you can work out your spacings with us, so we don't all converge at the same place at the same time, then everybody's welcome. We're all part of that big same community. MPS Game is behind Fritz. Adam, have a little look at FSLTL, because within their own VMR, if you have the VMR, for example, you have is it the FSLTL_rules VMR, you will see that if you add that into vPilot, it will allow you to see some of the virtual airlines basically. Fly UK is part of that in FSLTL, so there's a lot of replaints part of FSLTL's freeware AI package, which is exceptionally good. Similarly, some of our own Osprey Airways fleet is included as well, which is nice. Juliet Charlie Mike, thank you, buddy.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. Thank you very much, guys. You're very, very generous. Really appreciate those super chats. MPS Gaming, no. We will draw the giveaway, the 2 winners, right at the end when we get to Genoa. And that way it gives people a chance to sort of tune in, work out what's happening. Those of you who are flying along, it gives you a chance to settle down in the cruise and get an entry in as well. Chinham, no problem at all. No, thank you. You guys are working really hard. I didn't know if you knew we were flying into Gatwick today or not, but thank you very much. Really appreciate it. There you go, bit of advice from Chinham. Chinham, if you're just tuning in, was our ground controller at London Gatwick today, who gave us our clearance, pushback and taxi instructions before handing us over to Gatwick Tower. Little bit of feedback and advice from Chinham as a Gatwick controller, saying that he would recommend, one of my tips as well actually that I give out, is new pilots should put in their flight plan remarks that they are new. It gives controllers the ability to make sure they talk slower and help where they can on the network, which is a really good tip. And saying as well, literally just keep flying and don't be scared of air traffic control. We're all in that position once, and Chinham saying he's still lost sometimes as well. Great tips, thank you for sharing those, Chinham. Yeah, the big thing is don't worry about ATC. Immerse yourself in them. As long as you understand the phrases and you kind of understand what to say and what certain things mean, you can sort of pick away at it. Which is why if you start at small airports, it gives you that chance to just get that bit of confidence, but also put that knowledge into practice before you go to somewhere really busy like Gatwick, or join a massive event, where the pressure is on. So you ease yourself into Vatsim basically. Don't rush in and go big straight away, because you can easily put yourself off in that instance if something goes wrong. Massive Mace. I was the same. I was absolutely the same. When I was flying on Vatsim for the first time, when MSFS was released, it was around end of August, I jumped back into Vatsim, and it'd been well over 10 years since I'd last even been on the network, so I was absolutely bricking it. I had sweaty hands, I had brow sweat, I was nervous, because you don't want to mess up and you don't want to embarrass yourself. It's all natural, but after a few flights you ease yourself into it. I started small, I started easy, took the time planning the flight carefully so that I knew that the departure that I was using and the route was nice and accurate. Clow, hello to you, good afternoon. It's flyuk. It's a virtual airline, free to join. It's one of the biggest ones in the sim world. It's huge. I need to get a new drone camera operator. This one's always drinking and going sideways. Yeah, it's huge. Lots of various aircraft, loads of tours, a global footprint as well, so you can fly around Australia, New Zealand, lots of US flights as well. And a variety of aircraft to fly in lots of different simulators as well. You start at Class E with flyuk, so you begin as a Class E first officer from memory, which means you can fly CLJ 700s and Cessna 208s and similar sized aircraft. And as you go through and gain a number of hours, it begins to work up. You get promoted to Class E Captain, Class D, Class C, etc. And as you go up the ranks through Class D, C, B and A, it unlocks bigger aircraft, heavier aircraft and all that sort of stuff too. Yeah, David, Twin Otters as well, a Class E, good shout there. I always forget about those. 737NG, no problem. Have you even looked at Ryanair Virtual, TUI Virtual, EasyJet Virtual? There's loads. I think there's almost a virtual airline for everything. There's British Airways Virtual, EasyJet Virtual, TUI Virtual, American Airlines Virtual. If you don't necessarily want to lock down onto a specific aircraft, then another really good thing to be doing would be joining One World, like an airline alliance virtual basically. So if you like to fly One World flights, British Airways, American Airlines, Iberia, Qantas, then have a look at One World Virtual instead, because you have the flexibility of the entire One World Alliance network at your disposal. Brits, that I hear is one of the best virtual airlines in the new flight sim era. Osprey Airways. Knox, yeah, that's fair enough. You do need to fly at least once a month with flyuk. Adam was asking, if you do a mistake on Vatsim, what is the worst thing that can happen? If it's just a misunderstanding, for example, it depends on the mistake. If it's just a genuine error, don't forget one of the core principles of Vatsim is to educate. Is it educate? Is it aviate, educate, communicate, or something like that? I'm gonna have to remind myself of the 3 letters of the Vatsim logo now. Bear with me. My goodness. Aviate, educate, communicate. So, if you weren't being educated, if you made a mistake, and it's a genuine mistake, there's the people around you on the network, whether it be the controllers, fellow pilots, or supervisors, wouldn't be doing their job properly if they didn't try and help you understand where you went wrong, and how to do it better next time. That's one of the core principles of Vatsim. Education, helping people learn about aviation, all those real-world procedures, doing everything as properly as possible, and yeah. If you join the network and you just decide to, frankly, just to sort of like, cock around, and you're a problem for people and you're not interested in learning and all that sort of stuff, then yeah, you will find yourselves eventually being banned. But that's because you're not following any of their terms of use. You're not trying to learn as you go. You're not trying to help other people, because you're just getting in the way, that sort of thing. So if you make a genuine mistake and you are trying, you will not get banned from the network. Nox, I did. Very exciting, isn't it? Bluebird 757 startup video. MG King, no, you can join now. You can fly with Osprey Airways offline as well if you want to. You fly where you want, how you want, in whatever you want. Same with Steve J there saying there's no plane size limit with There We Go. It's the same with Osprey Airways as well. Mikael, I'm flying flight level 350 and we're doing Mach decimal 78. Yeah, Walker Air, isn't it, Nox, I think? I've not really explored them too much myself. See, Fly UK has got an actual schedule, so if you like that little bit of an extra nod to realism, they've got specific aircraft flying on certain routes, and certain routes only operate on certain days of the week. Andreas Skywolf is saying, how do you have the confidence to speak to ATC? I'm afraid it's just through sort of doing it more and more and getting the knowledge of various different scenarios, but also the confidence from doing it more. Andrew, welcome. Yes, new subscriber. Unfortunately, I can't pronounce that either. Very warm welcome to you. There you go, Adam. If you know your aircraft and you're confident with doing various things, direct twos, holds, all that sort of thing, then it sounds like most of the prep work is there. You just need to then get the confidence of flying on the network with transmitting. The biggest thing that I can tell you guys is don't use text only, because it's just a nightmare. It's really tough. The pressure is on when you're flying an aeroplane on approach, and then you're being given vectors by ATC or whatever else, and if you are using voice, you could be busy in the flight deck doing stuff, and all you've got to do is press your transmit button on your yoke or whatever you're using, and then just talk your response back. Read back your clearance, read back your vector, read back your speed restriction that ATC have given you, or whatever else it might be. Chinam, no worries at all. Yeah, you know what? At the very beginnings of this channel, actually, right at the very early days, the core principle behind it was trying to get people involved on Vatsim, trying to help increase that knowledge of people that might be wanting to fly for the first time too. And not do what the tiny kid did, as Mark refers to him as, wherever he's flying to. My goodness. Iron Panda's airborne now as well, good work. Christ, we are miles away. You've only just got airborne. In fact, we're over Geneva almost. Crikey. Step on it then. There's literally a line of pilots flying from where we are now, pretty much at Geneva. MOKIP is pretty much Geneva. All the way back to Gatwick. They've only just got airborne. That's excellent. Next few Vatsim tutorials, for those of you who saw my flight planning one that went live yesterday, next few are going to go live next week. And they're going to be bam, 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 one after the next. Just had my own, this actual live stream pop up on YouTube as suggested. Mark, great to hear. Enjoyed your Vatsim video yesterday. Look forward to the rest of the series. Some of them are a little bit longer in video length. I know some people don't like the long videos all the time, but some of them are short. So if I was to go into the studio app to have a little look at what's coming up over the next few days. Episode 2 is going to cover getting your clearance, pushback, taxi, and takeoff. So 4 things, all in episode 2 for the Vatsim tutorial re-recording. And that is going to go live on the 7th of January. So a few more days left to go at 1 PM UK time. It's 21 minutes long. So lots of information crammed into that. And then episode 3 next day, same time, 8th of Jan, 1 o'clock UK time. That's going to be flying a SID and then climb to cruise. That's only 6 minutes long, so short, snappy and sweet, covering all the things you need to think about there. Episode 5 going then on, episode 4, 9th of January, 4 PM UK time, is 3 minutes long, short and sweet, just talks about descent planning, how to think ahead, expect arrivals into certain airports. So 3 minutes, just quick over information, if you like, a lot of information just getting rattled out over 3 minutes about descent planning to help you guys get a little bit more into that too. And then episode 5 is going to be arrivals and landing on the network, followed by taxiing in, 10th of January, 4 PM UK time. And I'm currently now working on another video which is going to cover about unicom a little bit better than my original unicom tutorial video. Right, what have we got? So, if we zoom out, we've still got a way to go yet, before we worry about top of descent. Captain Arthur Ice, thank you buddy, really appreciate that. Automated saying, Vatsim helped me through my issues of stuttering when speaking while under pressure. I was a mess in the beginning, but controllers were always friendly and understanding. Yeah, look how good that is then. That's a great way of explaining how good the Vatsim network can be. And how over time it gives you that confidence as well. Fritz, it is, isn't it? It's great to see Osprey Airways grow. More and more controllers are recognising the call sign as well, which is nice, although Vatsim keep rejecting the virtual airline application. So it's not, so it's still not officially recognised. Adam says, one last question. What is the difference between the green and blue ATC coverage on Volanta? Yeah, so it's just different call signs basically. So if it says G next to it, it'd be ground. If it says A, it's ATIS. D usually means director. T means tower. So like D would be like director or approach. You can use something like this, Vatsim radio. If you, you know what I can do actually, bear with me. I will get the link for it. And I'll put it in the live chat. There you go. So you can download that as well and have a little play. This is really, really helpful when it's just been updated to have a whole load of other information in it. So if we have weather at the very top. Timeo, welcome buddy. We can go local weather. And it's giving us our nearest airport, look. If we click airport weather, we have a little keyboard at the bottom. We can go LIMJ for Genoa. So let's click request. It's going to give us our TAP and METAR into Genoa, which is really helpful again, it's that descent planning and thinking ahead. Zaya's asked a good point there. So we've got ATIS at Genoa at 1350 Zulu, 15 degrees Celsius, dew point 12 degrees Celsius. Wind is 150 degrees at 3 knots, all the 9s, so visibility is greater than 10,000 meters. Scattered cloud at 1,800, 15 degrees Celsius, dew point 12 degrees, and QNH 1028. And the TAF is the terminal aerodrome forecast.
Love your work.
What we can expect in the next few hours. Lockie, thank you, buddy. Really appreciate that. Thank you for the tip. Very generous of you. We've just got winds variable at 6 knots on the TAF for the forecast through the day. Between 12 and 12 noon today, 4th of Jan, 12 noon, 5th of Jan. So the whole 24-hour period, winds variable at 6 knots. Few clouds, 3,000 scattered at 6,000 feet above ground level. You can kind of see what your next load of controllers are going to be online, and you just click it. So if we wanted to change to Langen radar, we just click it, 13565, and it's changed. If we would go back to unicom 1228, it's changed. So you can fly with this little window open if you want, and just click the call signs as you're going. Yeah, no ATC in Genoa at the moment. Hopefully, Andrew, yeah. It's a wonderful part of the world to fly around, isn't it? Lockie, it's just linked above. It's called Vatsim Radio. Somebody's developed it for free. It's very good. Right, Navigraph. Genoa's got tower online now. Ooh, exciting. So we can forget about these Gatwick charts. But what we're expecting is the Testo 1 November arrival. We're expecting the RNAV approach runway 28 via Gikkut. I think. We'll have a little look. So, we're going to arrive via Testo, fly 117 degrees towards the Genoa VOR 112.8. Then we're going to head southeasterly, descending down to 6,000 feet by Varap, Mike Juliet 414, 5,000 feet, Mike Juliet 416. There's a maximum speed constraint there too, and then into Gikkut, 4,000 feet. From there we are. From there we're going to fly north, sorry, not north, I was going to say northbound. 013 degrees track to Mike Juliet 501 for then final approach. I'm Depanda says RMP Alpha runway 10 on ATIS. Epic. Which is this. And it doesn't even have a chart for it. Fantastic. So we've got to find it and pin it ourselves. RMP Alpha, runway 10. Oh, there we go. So it's not going to be the circling approach, but effectively ECLOZ, Mike Juliet 812, 813, 814, and then in. So we have to turn the autopilot off, and then we have to hand fly that final turn, that final bit of approach in. If we get to Mike Juliet 814 and we bugger it up and we need to go around, we have to then abort and head southbound to Igzito, fly over for holding pattern only. That's what the visual approach looks like, RMP Alpha runway 10. We turn the autopilot off. So that's what the ATIS has got with the tower controller that's online at Genoa at the moment. Either that, or we can ask for the circling approach. What do you guys reckon? Should we... There's a tower online, so we don't speak to tower until we're on final approach, so we can fly whatever we want until final. Effectively. If we do the one we just discussed, that RMP Alpha, it would be Testo 2 Papa. As Doc's just put in the live chat actually as well. Which is that. So it'll be Testo, Mike Juliet 404 over the field, and then round to ECLOZ before then turning back in on ourselves. It's quite a tight turn actually anyway, it's quite a tight arrival at the best of times that. You know what, I think it's time for a poll. Mark Taylor, no, we use the Origami Studios scenery. Oh, Lockie, sorry, yeah, I did miss that question there, saying, can you tell me more about virtual airlines? So effectively, they are groups, whether it be virtual airlines that are fictional like flyuk, or based to replicate real ones like you know, British Airways Virtual, that take the actual British Airways schedule. Just recenter that drone camera there, and then they replicate that into the sim via their own virtual airline, and they try and replicate British Airways' own actual company procedures and everything like that. Or you can have fictional versions, flyuk, which have their own scheduling systems and own requirements and rules, company procedures, but aren't based on a real-world airline. On the flip of that, you've got like our channel's own virtual airline, which is a lot more casual. You can fly wherever you want and whatever you want. But we also have tours, so there's a Commonwealth tour where you can log all your flights as you fly along, and basically complete different legs of the tour to go all the way around the world. flyuk has got a lot of tours like that as well, loads of tours based on whichever category or classification of pilot you are. I do love flying over the Alps. Look at that. True, Doc, actually, yeah, the RMP Alpha is fancier because of that manual final turn, so that it could be a really good one actually. Look how stunning that looks. Screenshots on Volanta again. Yeah, Mark, no, it's pretty casual to be honest. If you have a look in our Discord server, Mark, you scroll down and have a little look at Osprey operations, you'll see the sort of routes and aircraft people are flying, and how it gets logged. It's all logged via landing rate monitor. Lucky, yeah, it adds a much greater level of immersions. flyuk's own scheduling system is really good, their website's really good, and there is a whole lot of variety as well. It's a little bit like career mode. starting off as a Class E first officer, flying small jets, and you've got to work through to fly the big jets. 100% Andrew, yeah. I have shown screenshots to people at work, various bits of flights in the sim, and probably 8 out of 10, 9 times out of 10, they've thought it was a real photograph of a real life flight. Oh, look at that. There's an aircraft going right to left. Contrail cutting across the sky above the Alps. Yeah, flyuk is a fantastic virtual airline. They have cargo ops as well, so those of you with the PMDG 737-800. They've got mainline ops, they've got summer routes like Fly 2, which is a little bit like Jet 2, I suppose. And then they've got flyuk cargo as well, so you can fly cargo around. The one I did the other day was Stansted to Belfast, Aldergrove, flyuk cargo in the 738 BCF. Lucky, no, not at all. It does. Most of them will require another piece of software to run in the background behind the sim. And that's how you log your flights. So for flyuk, they use a program called Skytrack. When we're logging our flights for Osprey Airways, we use landing rate monitor, but they don't really affect performance that much, to be honest. flyuk, that's a good shout actually as well, Mark. flyuk, they've got basically a virtual airline. It's a whole virtual airline arm. But they also have the flying club, so for those of you who like to fly general aviation, you can buzz around and do tours and flights using their flying club as well, which is nice. Cloud, very nice. Awesome livery as well, that blue 738. Erin on PC saying, how can I join your virtual airline? So for flyuk, you just go to flyuk.aero. That's their website to sign up. If you wanted to join Osprey Airways, just go to the channel's website, britishafgeek.com/Osprey-Airways, I think it is. It's on the website anyway, you'll be able to click around to Osprey Airways. Mark's looking at Volanta, most are still being guided into runway 28. Well, it's only tower online, that's the thing. So hold on, LIMJ. No, the ATIS now says runways 28, arrivals 28. Information Alpha at 1350. Over Turin now. In fact, my goodness, I think we're closer than we realise. I'm going to start heading down. What's our altitude meant to be at Testo? .120, that'll do. Top of descent. Getting distracted by how good the Alps are, and then I forget flying this way. The Alps just stop, and then you're into Italian airspace. Okay, so LIMJ ATIS Alpha. Flight level 70 for transition. Winds 150 at 3. All the 9 scattered 1,800. Temperature's 15 degrees Celsius, dew point 12 degrees Celsius, QNH 1028. Mike, that was funny as well. Right, let me put this in. 1028. Temperature's 15 degrees Celsius. Wind is 150 at 3. Transition altitude, flight level 70, so 7,000. Barrow, so that's our minimums for the approach. What have we actually put in for here? Arn of Alpha 10, wasn't it? Right, I think we're going to have to do it properly and actually do runway 28, which will be the ILS approach. RP Alpha, stand by. Minimums are 1179. Christ, this is going to be a right mess. Back to what we put in initially, Testo 1 November, via Gicut. One 179. I've left myself quite busy here, so just bear with me while I rush through all of this to try and get configured for our arrival, because they've changed the runway again. That's really buggered us. But then pilot in real life would be just as busy right now, having had this changed. 112.8. No ADFs. We're going to fly RMP 28, so we don't really need any ILS frequencies or anything like that. And we've got a 3-knot tailwind for touchdown. Missed approach here is turn left, max 185 knots on 180 degrees, climb to 3000, proceed to Exito and hold. Oh, ILS Zulu it says on the ATIS. My goodness. I have to change it again. Ah. Okay, so now the minimums are 879. Right, there we go. What's our nav data giving us then for here? So we try and work out where we're going to get back on our line. But there's no nav data altitudes, look. Crazy. $4,080 in DME. 3370. Set 3000 initially, we'll just see what happens. Now we need to check the ILS data in the RadNav page. So Golf Sierra Echo 109.3 in a course of 284 degrees. That matches Navigaph, like so. Got to make sure that's set. And that's actually now using the Sestri VOR of 108.6. So we use Nav1 for that. 108.6. And that'll be an outbound track of 180 degrees from the VOR should we go around, but I'll leave the course empty for now. Where's my... Can't see. We'll have to use spoilers for a little bit here. Trying to increase that rate of descent. Automated development branch today, but yeah, it seems no VNav, which is interesting. But there's no data for some reason. That's kind of the problem. Right, field data from OFP. Runway heading 284. Approach speed, what's it giving us? 128. Burst thrust. 12.19. Just leave 0. The heck? Oh, hold on. That's why. Bloody feet. Okay, so auto brake medium will allow us to stop and vacate using. Sorry, my Navigaph was on your screen as well, kind of blocking it. But we put in the data here for the tablet, runway 28, and I'm hoping auto brake medium and reverse thrust will get us stopped and vacating at Charlie, then on to Alpha, and we'll taxi in. We can be nice and proactive, and we can go and find our parking stands. We can pin the charts for that as well, so we know. And we can unpin that one because we don't need it. So we're at TESTO now. We need to check our progress of the approach. Maintain 275 knots for now, because I think we've ended up a bit low.
2306, fully established on the ILS runway 128. We will be going to tower frequency at 118.6.
Okay, so bit of terrain. The dock, it's saying that for a stop, but we want to then ease off and then vacate at Charlie on that slightly higher speed exit, so that's the reason for that. We could do reverse idle. Hasn't actually changed the data at all, weirdly enough, but that's what the EFB says. That's all we're going by, kind of using their own bit of work. And Genoa is... There she is. So where are we now? 2002. It's kind of weird we have no VNAV. It's going back old school again, isn't it? Where we're kind of scratching away trying to work out how it all bloody well works. Okay, landing lights on. Signs are on. They've been on for a few minutes. Let's do seatbelts. Do a little ding for the crew, because that would be our 10 minutes to landing call. Oh, Dirty 2, no. Yeah, David, I thought it was. I really thought it was. That's kind of what's kind of thrown me today. I mean, it probably doesn't help. There's no constraints on the SID at all, so maybe it's scratching its head trying to work out what to do. But if I put 6,500 at VARAP, do 500 there, 416. You could at 4,000. Charlie India 28. Yeah, weird, isn't it? It's, David's V-pilot keeps disconnecting. That's not good. Oh yeah, so we can't do the RNAV anyway then in that case. Probably a good job we scrapped that. Genoa traffic, Skyways 478 is 8,000 feet inbound overhead Genoa VOR for the ILS approach runway 28. Will report Gikut Genoa traffic. So there's a whole load of terrain now being fed in via Simbridge. Stunning. Maybe a little high here, but I really thought the developmental branch had VNAV. Keep smashing the like button while you're here, folks. It's time to get my chair rolled back forwards, that next level racing seat, that Boeing chair. Slide the seat forwards and get my feet nice and comfy on the rudder pedals. Flying outbound first, over the Gulf of Genoa. Yeah, Doc, so that's what we've been doing as well, predominantly. However, 1028, isn't it? Yeah, however, this is the first day that we've gone to developmental branch, because I thought that has the working terrain map basically, whereas I don't think the experimental branch does. So we wanted to look at this. I mean, this is quite funky. The blue is really in your face though, quite obstructive actually, so for that reason I'd turn it off. Cheers, Adam. Speed off a little bit to 230. They're all good. And it's through the cloud out there now. Thirsty says you can adjust the brightness of the blue. Is it this slidey bit? Yes, that's better. Of course it is. I'm glad you guys mentioned that out as well. Experimental has terrain automator says. Yeah, so I'll be switching back to experimental branch then, once more. Nox, yeah, VNAV isn't just hitting constraints, it's way more than that. It's the whole, well, it's the whole vertical navigation of the aircraft, isn't it? It's constraints, it's speed constraints, it's everything else. But yeah, weird. We've kind of struggled with it not working that well today. It's hitting the constraints, but that's been a feature that's been in place for a long, long time anyway. So I really thought the development branch would have had VNAV by now. Someone was asking, is the where is it? Where is it? In the chats. Oh, 737NG was saying, is that seat nice? The Next Level Racing Boeing seat is awesome. It feels very realistic having to step in and out. And to get in and out, you've got to slide the seat back. It's pretty cool. Nox says there's several blockers before it goes to dev. Interesting. Go to manage speed again, and that allows us to fly the green dots. Rich says, I don't know what you guys are talking about, my Boeing is doing it perfectly fine. At least it's a hands-on Airbus though. At least it's making us do stuff. Chiquille, hello buddy. God, that intensity of the sun. Back out towards the runway. So we're flying this little loop that kind of brings us back on ourselves, but underneath the path we've just flown. Should now have, there we go, GSE 25 nautical miles. I do love the PMDG 737, it's just epic. When it works, you know, it works really well pretty much all the time, and for that I'm exceptionally thankful. Do another quick check of V pilots. To be fair, we can have a look at this. Adam's just googled it now. I want one of those seats. It's epic. It is really cool. I've got my keyboard on my left. Turtle Beach Velocity 1 yoke on its custom mount in the centre. It's got custom mounts for the Thrustmaster kit as well. And then this on the right hand side, I've got my mouse. So the next nearest at the very bottom here, look, 1186 LIMJ tower, and that's what we've got pre-tuned in the box. If we click that button there, it'll switch across, which is quite cool. But I wouldn't worry about that too much. Right, let's get rid of the music. Genoa traffic, Skyways 478 is passing Gickert 4,000 feet, QNH 1028, and executing an 18 DME arc for the ILS approach, runway 28, changing to tower at 118.6, Genoa traffic. We go down to 180 for the turn. There we go. Genoa's on the nose. Just there, I think it is. So we're curving in on the coast towards that hill. I feel like we've done this approach before. Patrick says that VSR add-on is a great add-on. Certainly is. No cabin crew seats for landing announcement, or has that gone away now?
India Papa Alpha identified in flight at 55, report left downwind.
It's an offset localizer approach, this, folks. So it's not actually going to fly us into the airfield. It's an offset approach. And it's, as a warning on the charts, for an area of abnormal magnetic stuff, so... There we go, yeah, 2 degrees as Doc's saying there in the chat, thank you, mate. So it's like Innsbruck, almost. We're flying in sideways to the airfield, then we've got to hand fly the last bit again. Birdman, yes, I do. Keep smashing those likes, folks, and if you haven't already entered the giveaway, we're re-rolling 2 €5 Contrail gift vouchers that we were giving away the other day on New Year's Day. The 2 winners out of the 10 that were picked didn't actually claim their prize. So you've just got to answer the question: what is the ICAO aircraft type code for the Airbus A320neo? Pop that answer into the live chat. And be in with a chance to win the prize. Runway 28 India Papa Alpha. 314 to establish. Around we go. Beautiful. Look at that.
India Papa Alpha, Roger, report final to 8.
Report final to 8, India Papa Alpha.
Condor 1862, push and start approve, face east.
Go 160 till 4.
281028, facing east for Condor 1862.
Approach mode.
Volatia 55 Papa Lima, gate 302, with information Bravo board, request I for clearance to Venezia.
Volatia 55 Papa Lima, expect clearance at the...
My god, my pen's just run out, so taxi instructions are going to be from memory now.
We advise clearance at one import.
Come on, I need to get in.
1000, Volatia 55 Papa Lima.
Genoa Tower, good afternoon. Skyways 478, A320neo, information Bravo, established ILS, runway 28, currently 15 miles.
Skyways 478, Roger, report speed.
Couldn't hear what you said then, because of the bloody thing on the plane. Opinions, Flow Probe, is it worth getting? I don't have it. I'm happy with this, and all it does is just reinvent this. So I feel like it's a product that's been created that didn't need to be created. I don't know. I haven't tried it though.
Skyways 478, identified, report speed.
Airspeed 160 till 4 DME, currently 13 miles ILS, Skyways 478. One flying above us.
Skyways 478, maintain 150 until 4 DME.
Roger, Skyways 478. So he's just giving us information about wind. You don't have to say Wilco or read it back or anything. Just say Roger to say you've understood that message. Basically, that's all that means. Okay, let's go gear down. Flat 15, flat full.
India Papa Alpha, Roger, clear, touch and go in 120 for non-8, report left runway after
Touch and go. So here's the offset approach. We're kind of coming in sideways, look, to the port.
Request push and start.
Crayons are better than both. Line slope's about to go active.
Push and start approved, QNH 1028, facing south.
On the glide, here we go. So now we are fully configured. We've got 3,000 feet ready for our missed approach speed. And we've got ground support is our full flap, gear down to 3 green. And we're auto brake medium today. Open to vacate at Charlie. there is, from what I heard, somebody inbound because they're cleared for touch and go. So it's either somebody doing little general aviation circuits or something, I'm not sure. What's the touchdown rate going to be then, folks? Vatsim's gone for minus 283.
2472, just about overhead VOAP, inbound for Isla Zulu, runway 28.
Osprey 2472, ciao, you're number 3, correction number 2 now, continue approach runway 28, QNH 1028.
QNH 1028, number 2 for approach, Osprey 2472.
The app is your approach speed, Adam.
India Papa Alpha identified in flight at 01.
We hand fly the last little bit. Turn the train map off. 2,000 feet. Autopilot off. 6 miles. Landing memos no blue. Here's the ILS. Look at that for an officer. Vatsim, that's what we've been through this. That's what this has told me to use.
Michael Lima 3 for Condor 186. Skyway 478 1202 north 28 clear for land.
Clear land, runway 28, Skyways 478. Coming up to 4 miles now, so speed goes back to managed to bring our speed down to final approach speed.
Wind now 1403 knots.
Hand flying this ILS approach. Ilvex, hello to you. Good morning over in the States. Got a 2 knot crosswind, a slight tailwind as well for this.
100 above.
Approaching minimums. We are nice and stable, so I'm happy to continue. It is a calculation for a full stop, but we'll go manual brakes after a very short period of time. This is so much slower compared to the 737, isn't it? The approach speed's very tranquil and calm in comparison. In the 737 we'd be doing 150 knots, 145 knots in comparison, which is just mega fast. There's an aeroplane.
400.
You can't do that in the 737 either, because this has fly-by-wire. You can take your hands off the stick and it will still fly you in nicely.
300.
Here we go, over the ports. Hands are on the throttle, ready to idle.
100.
Beautiful views.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 10, 5.
Boom. Nose wheels down, reverse.
Master 2472, traffic information is Cirrus Sierra 22 at
idle.
your 11 o'clock.
171 foot per minute, how about that?
Miles, indicating 1,500 feet, reported flight.
Okay, my brakes.
Osprey 2472, here's traffic inside.
India Papa Alpha, traffic information at your 10
reverse idle still.
For correction 3.7 miles, Airbus, correction Boeing 738, indicating 1,500 reporting flight.
And we're going to come back off here, just vacate at Charlie.
India Papa Alpha, roger, behind the traffic, report final 28.
2.
Behind the
3.
traffic for final 28, India Papa Alpha.
After 2472, express late landing clear.
Skyways 758 is vacated Charlie.
478, roger, taxi Alpha, hold Alpha 2.
Alpha hold Alpha 1, Skyways 478.
Negative Alpha 2.
Alpha 2, sorry, Skyways 478.
After 2472, wind
Oh,
140 knots.
that wasn't me.
Clear to land,
That's weird.
2472.
Condor 186,
Dada.
are you able to take off from Golf for unit?
We're using the developmental branch.
Genoa Tower, good evening.
I don't know what happened there.
Osprey 598
Funky.
inbound Vara.
Anyway,
3 nautical miles at flight level 5,700. Information. Charlie.
Osprey 57, correction, 598, for your information, traffic at your 12 o'clock, 3 miles.
that's all good. That's all set. Overhead stunt. APU's ready.
36, indicating 5,400 feet, with no contact, reporting time.
We've been told to hold Alpha 2, which is the hold point that is coming up. So again, positive control. We have to hold it.
Tower, can you repeat for Condor 186?
We have to do Alpha 2 and hold here, which is a hold point where that little black line is. Here's Ian. That is very close, Adam.
Roger, Genoa Tower. Roger, what is a question? You need backtrack or are you able to take off from Golf? I'm able to take off from Golf, Genoa Tower. Roger, Condor 1862 behind this
Great job.
Sierra Romeo 22 landing on 28, line up and wait 28 behind. Wait behind the traffic Sierra for Condor 182. And Condor 1862 fly runway heading after departure.
Have some notes. The beautiful model of the world one.
Runway 280 on the ILS Zulu, about 28.
India Papa Alpha, clear for touch and go, wind 140 knots today.
Clear for touch and go, India Papa Alpha.
Osprey 2472, welcome to Genoa, taxi Alpha, hold Alpha 2.
Taxi via Alpha, hold Alpha 2.
So it looks like we're waiting for him.
45 non-identified, confirm established.
So he's coming out.
On the ILS, yes, confirm established.
Roger, 459, report 5 miles.
What we got here?
Approach number 2, wind 140.
Yeah, I wasn't, but we discussed it. Vatsim on the lounge.
55 Papa Lima taxi, all short November, correction. Taxi, all short Lima 1 via November. Hotel Lima via November.
I don't know what that is, but they're having a touch and go. I think it's one of those horrible A320 40, 80, 900s.
Standby for clearance number 1. Break. Volotea 5 Papa Lima, correction. Disregard last message. Taxi, all short November 1.
Taxi, hold short November 1. Volotea 5 Papa Lima.
Skyway 478, taxi Alpha Echo, Lima 1, stand 102.
Taxi Alpha Echo, Lima 1, stand 102, Skywest 478.
After 2472, taxi Alpha Echo, Lima 1, stand 101.
Alpha Lima, Lima 1 to stand 102 for Osprey 2472.
Negative, 101.
Correction, 101 for Osprey 2472.
102. So what have we got? Alpha Echo.
India Papa Alpha identified in flight 09, turn left now, enter now, right downwind, runway 28, correction, runway 28.
Gonna go right up face to face with this.
Left now, runway 28, India Papa Alpha.
Condor 162, clear for immediate, immediate departure, wind 140 knots, runway 28. Clear for the departure for
turn that off.
Condor 162.
Engine 2, let's turn that off. Here's our stand.
Minimum approach speed, Osprey 459.
I think I might have just missed a crash, yes. It looked pretty messy.
6 Mike Charlie, correct, clear, Frankfurt, Genova, 9 kilo departure, initial climb 5000, scope 1000.
Clear to Frankfurt, Genoa, 9 kilo departure, flight and move initially 5000, scope 1000, Caleb 6 Mike.
Left ahead runway 282, India Papa Alpha.
Bar brake set.
Alpha Roger, extend right arm.
That's all good.
Extend left runway 28.
I did. Let's disembark.
Genoa Tower, Osprey 804 on final.
Literally 0.3 is barely too much.
Shall identified number 3.
Number 3 for 804.
Condor 1862, fly
That's
direct,
good, that's all off.
Unita, and monitor Unicom 128 down.
Fly direct to Unita and switch to Unicom from Condor 1862. Thank you, ciao.
Jet 94, are you in second? Jet 094.
How far is the
Genoa Tower?
line? Weird. Anyway. Here we are. Welcome to Genoa, folks. There's the Volatea. I'm going to turn this up because I want to spin around nice and quick. Got the Osprey parking. Where's that tower? There it is.
So could you please taxi Volatea?
We've got some touchdowns to watch. The freeware version of this is very good. The thing that I really don't like is the beautiful model of the world are Russian developers, and let's face it, why should we be? Oh yeah, we shouldn't be supporting them really at all with their invasion of the Ukraine.
Taxi via Mike Lima 3 and go for the 555 Lima.
There's a good freeware version of Genoa, which some people are using today, and it's very nice. It's a 737-600 Osprey Airways Retrojet.
Was it a go around for Osprey 459?
Negative was for Tomjet 094.
Roger.
That's the aircraft that's just broke off over that way.
It's very busy with no approach and no ground.
It might be a go around anyway now because it's a bit of a last minute thing for them, but actually you might have this.
I'm trying my best.
Oh my god, it's going to be heavy brakes.
Great.
Okay, 04 traffic information at 7 o'clock.
It's done it. The thing is with the 737-600 is it works, doesn't it?
Do you know what Tower is here to land for Osprey 04?
Negative, this was a traffic information report traffic.
Absolutely not, Matteo. Why would I? I support Ukraine.
I do not see the traffic for Osprey 04.
Okay. India Papa Alpha traffic information 9 o'clock, 2.5 miles, 8.7 indicating 2045.
Negative,
Lots of that going on.
Correction, traffic inside.
He's got off quite nicely.
Behind the traffic, report final to it.
Don't know where that aircraft's gone and go around.
4, 5 and 9 welcome to Genoa, taxi Alpha, hold Alpha.
No, absolutely not.
Taxi
No.
Alpha and hold Alpha.
What I was saying is beautiful model of the world. Same with Just Sim as well, if you didn't know. They are Russian developers. They're based in Russia. So at the moment, I think it's probably morally on us to try and not use any of their products or purchase any of their products. One of those things. Rishab, hello. Just check your server. It might just be that your server you're using has gone down, perhaps. Should we draw one of the winners, folks? Find out who's first winner. €5 Contra voucher.
This one was evacuated to Genoa, Genoa 9 kilo departure, initial climb is 5,000, and squawk 1,000, Swiss 117.
Volatea 55 Lima, report go from 28. Volatea 55 Lima, do you need backtrack?
Who's this inbound? Not sure. Okay, so
do you need backtrack for departure?
we'll keep it running so people can still enter. We've got 66 entries so far. The first winner of 2 is 737NG. 737NG 123, you've won a €5 Contrail gift card. Congratulations. Please make sure you contact me on Discord, via our Discord server, or even on email, britishhavgeek1@gmail.com, our channel's email address, and you claim your prize. Please claim it within 24 hours, otherwise I have to rerun it again. It's all about making them aware by having that conversation, Herbizoid, because they live in an information restricted bubble, don't forget. So we're using beautiful model of the world's Genoa today, Payware Airport, Russian developer.
Go around India Papa Alpha, enter left downwind runway 28.
Don't know who that one is that's going around, but anyway, that is a wicked touchdown, look at that. Volantaire's waiting to depart still.
Osprey 598, number 215.
Osprey 04, vacated at Delta. Osprey 04, welcome to Genoa, taxi Alpha, hold Alpha 2.
Taxi Alpha, holding Alpha 2.
Another one on final. How many have we got flying in today? Do we know? There's that tailwind, look at that windsock. Couple of knots tailwinds, making landings a little bit tricky.
Alpha Echo Mike, stand 401.
We've got Tomjet 094. Sky 7904 coming in from the southeast.
Alpha Mike.
And Osprey 490, it's David's about to establish. In fact, I think it might be David on final.
Alpha Echo Mike for 203. Osprey 804.
Osprey 598, wind 140 knots, 128 clear plan.
So at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 aircraft left inbound.
Protea 55 Lima behind the Boeing 738, the landing Boeing 738 line up and backtrack runway 28 behind.
We'll back check when the Boeing will land. Volatil 55 Lima.
Crikey, that's a lot of people, isn't it? I really don't know, to be honest. The more the merrier.
Heading 203.
Turning right, heading 2303. India Papa Alpha.
Negative 203.
200 India Papa.
Tomjet 094.
Go for Tomjet 094.
The old CSGO.
094, traffic information 0 to Sierra number 22 at your 9 o'clock, 3 miles, departing time.
Kevin, hello, welcome. Going well so far, thank you. All landing in the tailwind here at Genoa.
Tomjet 094, I've got traffic in sight.
Bravo, thank you. India Papa Alpha, orbit left side of the center line.
Oh, great touchdown, look at that.
Say again.
Make 3 orbits.
And GSX has got right in the way.
Make 3 orbits to the left.
We've missed disembarkation as well. We'll deboard the passenger, the pilots and the crew as well.
Osprey 490. Correction 50 miles per hour.
Osprey 490 identified. Reduce speed 150 until for your number.
Nightbot didn't show the winner, Doc says. That's weird.
Okay, number 2, repeat speed again. 150 until 4 again. 150. Osprey 598, welcome to Genoa, taxi Alpha Echo Mike, stand 200.
Osprey 598, taxi Alpha. Repeat, okay.
Locky, it's called GSX. You have like this whole turnaround crew and you have passengers, baggage handlers and all that sort of stuff. It's really cool. It's payware. but it's really nice, especially if you have a custom GSX profile that works with it all. We've got the crew disembarking now. Weird uniform. I don't know why they all come off like one at a time on the stairs. You got the two at the very back as well. Then we'll have the pilots. Kevin, yeah, it does take a bit of getting used to, doesn't it? Absolutely takes a bit of getting used to. Off he goes.
6117 ready for push and start.
6117 number 2 standby for push.
The pilots boarding starting.
India Papa Alpha traffic information.
Birdman, no, they've got to watch when the draw happens to know that they've won, and then they have 24 hours to claim.
Negative, sir. I don't have anyone inside.
In this case, India Papa Alpha turn right,
Adam says, thank you for today. You've made me feel ready for my first Vatsim flight. I'm going to do that later today. Awesome. If you're not sure about your route, or you want one of us to cross-check your route, Adam, put it into Discord, and we'll see if we can sort of do anything to help. Cross-check your route, make sure it's all okay. There's a little bit of sync there from him. He's still going down.
Thank you very much for service.
Oh, up he goes.
India Papa Alpha traffic information, Boeing 738 indicating 2000, radio 12 o'clock, 3 miles, report inside.
I've seen a couple of guys were saying it was today at 19 said. Is that not the case?
India Papa Alpha Roger with the traffic report final behind the Boeing 738.
Behind the traffic report final runway 280 India Papa Alpha.
Somebody's put the link to that Embraer preview in the MSFS add-ons chat section inside our Discord server, so there are links there to watch the stream later on, for whenever that goes live. Oh, it's tomorrow. Cheers, Automator. Vatsim.
598 was stand 206.
Roger, thank you for flight, sir.
Is this like a Sunwing TUI?
Genoa Tower India Papa Alpha, request a full stop.
Thank you so much, Papa Alpha, Roger.
I think it might be. Is it 737 MAX 8 or something? That's a white TUI jet. It was blue at Gatwick. He's flown so fast, he's burnt the paint off. OMLEX, interesting. Wet lease TUI maybe? Oop. Skrrr.
Passway 490 traffic in front is vacating, wind 140 knots to ACF landing.
Clear to land upgrade 490.
From Jet 094, welcome to Genoa, taxi Alpha, hold Alpha 2.
Crikey. Look at that. That's quick. Boom, next one, touchdown. That's perfectly spaced with David there. Great work. Here he comes. Good work, Delta Tango.
Thank you so much. 6 Echo Mike, taxi Mike, Lima 3, all good.
Awesome touchdown. Absolute pro.
117 behind the KLM, push and start at full safety.
Behind the KLM, push and start full safety.
Using the brakes.
Tower.
Nice work, David. Got in front of him as well. Nice work.
Nice evening.
Tower, Skyway 7904, inbound Gatwick.
Say again, confirm.
Skyways 7904.
That was pretty buttery, didn't it? It looked pretty good, Jersey 2.
Okay, Skyway 7904, I see you are a little bit outside of my airspace. Call back when established.
Adam, so this is FSLTL, but it's also AIG as well, so it's the two big
After 490, all position
freeware
give way to the Tom 738 passing from left to right and alpha.
model matching packs basically in one, and the Osprey Airways VMR that's on our website for our channel call sign stuff too. Although the 738 is actually painted, the Osprey Airways livery is painted inside and part of FSLTL, which is really cool.
490, continue taxi Alpha, hold Alpha 2.
Alpha and hold where, sir?
Alpha and hold.
Delta Tango's on 112. Nice. Parking as a observer. This is meant to be an SR22, by the way, which is why it's so rocky and bumpy. So it's actually an SR22.
Alpha Echo Mike for Tom Jet 0 Airport.
Negative Tom Jet 0 for stand by.
There's a KLM waiting to depart.
Alpha Echo Mike, stand 207, sir.
Stand 207, taxi Alpha Echo Mike for Tom Jet 0 Airport.
Osprey 490, taxi Alpha Echo Mike, stand 208.
Alpha Echo Mike and
absolutely, Ian. Yeah, an unlimited maintenance and insurance budget. That's required. So he's actually in an SR22, which is why that looks like the weirdest thing that you will have seen today. I don't know why it's chosen a generic twin airliner. Bit weird. Bearing in mind I've got SR22s generically created to look at as PA28s and things like that, so weird. Filling up. Little Osprey at the gate as well. Ooh, that got very bumpy all of a sudden. What the hell is going on with that TUI?
Foxtrot, hold short mic, India Papa.
It does, doesn't it, Dirty 2? It's proper weird. Oh, the weather's just changed. That was a sudden transition. Oh, he's going for a intersection departure, no backtrack. MPS Gaming, the first winner was 737NG123. Off he goes, back to Amsterdam. Easy fella. Boom, tail strike.
This 117 ready for taxi, and you can take a departure to the golf.
Rolling start too, yeah. That is more efficient though. That's smart move. If you stop, you've bled lots of speed off, whereas you can spool up as you're starting to level off the nose wheel, keep that speed going, and it does make your takeoff run a little bit shorter. Right, so we've got Mark inbound now. He's established. He's about 12 miles out. He's over the hill, that big hill over there. And then we got Skyway's 40 Charlie November. And Matthias as well, actually. They're converging at the same point, which is interesting. Oh, and I'm Depanda, who is north of the field. He's up here somewhere, near the moon. Hopefully not as high as. So he's about 10 minutes away. So 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 pilots.
Continue on unicom, what's the ciao. This 117 ready.
Centre of the screen, that's where he is. In fact, let's demonstrate this offset approach. So I'm going to get my nose of the drone camera Level with the runway. It was an immediate takeoff. So if I zoom out slightly or zoom in, further with this drone camera view, I'm hoping at some point we will see.
Can I get another sign?
He's over here on the right hand side of the screen flying this offset approach. The ILS is actually bringing him in like this, which is interesting. He's got an immediate departure clearance. My God, he must be really light. It's a stunning part of the world, the more and merrier. It's a really nice scenery as well, actually, that they've created. Where is he? There he is. So, we zoom in. Can't really see him. Hopefully on your screens you can see that little light there. That's Mark. He's flying in this 2-degree offset ILS approach, which is quite weird, seeing it from the runway. Gives you an appreciation of how strange it is actually flying in an offset approach. Right, let's reset the camera. There we go, back on that touchdown zone. We're ready for the next approach. Matteo, yeah, well, it depends what you want to get out of your own experience, really. I really like the 800. It adds an extra dynamic to your sim experience. Having said that, some people think they don't need it because the 700 is good enough. Some people are waiting for the 900.
Clear to land, Skyway 7904.
And 704 after landing, monitor unicom for taxi.
Wilco.
All station, thank you for flying. Monitor unicom 1.8. Ciao.
Grazie.
Thanks very much for the ATC. Cafe 459, mil grazie, and have a nice day.
So no, hopefully some point in January we're looking for a release date for that. That would be good fun. Right, let's roll the next winner, shall we? We'll find out who's the second winner of the other €5 Contrail gift voucher today. 69 entries. Note that down. Okay, good luck to everybody who's entered the re-rolls. Thank you very much as well for taking part. So we've got the first winner, 737NG123, and then the second winner for today, make sure you claim within 24 hours, is Arco. Congratulations. Do drop me a little message over on Discord or via email, britishafgeek1@gmail.com, and we'll get you that €5 Contrail gift voucher issued. Thank you for entering. So how many more arrivals we got now, including this one? Is it 4? To our one day. Arco, no, you're most welcome. Yeah, Tama's just gone offline. Crikey. What crosswind is he operating with? He's like sideways. He's showing off. Oh my goodness. Mowing the lawn, Mark. Oh my God. It's got something out, Dwal. I don't know what. So we could probably now go to Unicom again, because the tower's gone offline. Oh, he stopped on a sixpence. Quite literally dirty too. Flying sideways. Right, I don't know when the next one's inbound, so let's slow the drone camera down and let's explore this airport, shall we? See what they've got.
Look at one, everyone.
No, Matteo. Nothing for the E-jets either yet. He did a 900 per minute line. You smashed the gear off. Here we are. First time seeing this, to be honest, but obviously with GSX, look, you need to remove the 3D third-party jetways, which is interesting. So you got to disable those at GSX. Keep forgetting to do that, don't I? To be honest, it doesn't look much different to the freeware that some of you guys have got either. Let us know in the live chat what you reckon. If you have got the freeware version. It doesn't look all that different. Or is it me, in my eyes? David A, it's a beautiful model of the world. I think the only thing maybe it does do differently is extend the scenery out over the car park and the engineering bays, and then you've got the port in the distance as well, perhaps. So you've got all of that involved as well, but I think that is part of the scenery too. Crikey, look at the lighthouse. Wonder if that flashes at night. Let me just change the time of day. Cool. Go back to the lighthouse. Don't think it is. No. I'd like to see that having a rotating beacon if it's meant to. Oh, Adam, that's a good shout. Good question. I would say Fly Tampa's probably the kingpin, really. As Dirty 2 has said, they're pretty good. They kind of set the standard, to be honest, with a lot of scenery. Yeah, another touchdown. Who's this? Skyways 40 Charlie November. And then we got Skyways 28 Romeo Lima inbound as well, which is the final pilot for today. That's actually fitted in quite nicely timing wise, isn't it? I'm not sure if it is a lighthouse. It kind of looks like it from a distance though, doesn't it? Look. You've actually got like the beacon light at the top. Here he comes. It's a great backdrop with the port, gotta say. Vatsim, Mike, good morning. Yeah, Flight Campus Copenhagen's very, very good indeed. Their Athens, I love it. Very nice. Their Boston is fantastic. Yeah, can't go wrong with Fly Tampa. Tango, weird. It'd be nice to see it rotating though and actually illuminate. That'd be quite cool. Surely it can't be that difficult to do either. You could just put like an airport rotating beacon in from the SDK, couldn't you? Yes, oh yeah, Corfu. Though I do find it's a bit heavier performance because it's the whole island that's been rendered and created. So I do find my computer struggles with that one, Joey. The Fly UK pilot. Awesome touchdown, right on the touchdown zone. Yeah, that was the best one we've seen today, perhaps in an A320. Maybe was it Ian or David smashed that 737-800 landing as well. That was a really nice buttery one too. And yeah, no Osprey Airways haul losses today, Dursty too. Great touchdown. Let's zoom out briefly. I'll show you guys the whole wider sort of scenery here on offer. Very vast, isn't it? Look at that. Fritz. Hold on, did you get your butt kicker installed in your next level racing Boeing seat, Fritz? Lovely part of the world to fly around this, isn't it? One more left. Fritz, that's pretty cool.
Traffic,
Mark wants a pea soup sticker. There you go, Arco, thank you. I've responded to you. Ollyhead's got his honeycomb throttle coming today. Really nice. So Fritz has got the same seat as me now, folks. He's got that next level racing Boeing cockpit seat, the flight simulation seat, which is just incredible. But he's also then attached, because it's compatible with butt kicker, he's attached that to the base of it too. And that's given him basically, is it haptic feedback, is that what they call it? But it basically can feel the bumps in the seat, turbulence, gear, flaps, all that sort of thing. Touchdown, you get a bit of a bump. Do you get, here's a question for you, Fritz, do you notice, or does butt kicker sort of gobble up a little bit of performance in your PC because of it, or I suppose what I'm asking is, would it work on my setup, or would I need to upgrade to a more powerful CPU, GPU, RAM? I can see the lights of the aircraft on final approach coming in. Our final pilot for today flying along for the first time as well. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm Depanda now. David, cheers, buddy. Have a great day. It runs off the base frequency. Yeah, I don't understand how that works. It uses sound. It passes the low frequency to the butt kicker. That's pretty cool. So I guess the next question then, Fritz, would be, if I attach it to my seat and I'm in my flight sim room in my house, would the missus downstairs feel the vibrations from the base? Yeah, thank you to our ATC for today who've helped at Gatwick and also Tower here at Genoa. Then I think I definitely need to experiment with butt kicker then, because that sounds great. She may hear it if it's loud, Ryan says. She hears me anyway when I'm flight simming, to be honest. Over the touchdown zone. Whoop, little stutter. Nice touchdown. There we are. So he's going to vacate at, is it Delta or Charlie? And he's going to join the pack. Pack of flyuk Crystal mingled in with some Osprey as well for good measure here at Genoa. If you're kind of looking into getting that little bit more immersion out of virtual airlines and all that sort of stuff, then it might be worth you exploring flyuk. Failing that, if you don't want to have to commit to multiple flights, oh my god, I keep pressing the wrong buttons today, then there we go. I thought that was a pretty cool photograph or a screenshot, to be honest. See if I can get everyone in without that thing. There we are. Yeah, there we go. Hour and a half or so long flight time. It's 3 hours stream time actually, so a little bit longer than an hour and a half. 2 hours block time perhaps. And throughout the journey we've drawn 2 winners, re-rolling those 2 vouchers that weren't claimed last week. So we got 737NG123, our first winner today, and Arco H, second winner today. And Arco, thank you, already claimed, fantastic. 737NG123, if you haven't yet claimed, you've got 24 hours as of now to claim your prize. Or that one will have to be re-rolled as well. They've been purchased, they need to be given away. Thank you to everybody who's joined in today, wherever you are in the world. Thank you to all of you who have clicked the like button, decided to subscribe as well, and Timeo for becoming a new channel member too. And a special thanks, of course, goes to Noah, Juliet, Charlie Mike, and Lockie for dropping some super chats and tips during today's live stream. If you've not already done so, hit the subscribe button, big fat red subscribe button, and join me next week for another live stream. Have a great week ahead, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. Thanks for watching.